Hello to my Capricorns. This is Queen Amon Ra coming to you with your general reading, Capricorns. Before we do this, let's get some of this oil, awakening oil. So let's get into it. Sending you all lots of love and light. We're still in the full moon phase. Protect your energy. If you don't have to go out at night, don't. Protect your energy. A lot of people are driving super fast. They're trying to get from point A to point Z. Point A to point Z. From rushing around because of that full moon energy. You can still, because remember, full moon is a time of intuition, creativity, but also workings associated with banishing and letting go, right? So don't let people get you upset. Don't let people get you out of sorts where you're making some kind of impulsive move. We had a full a full ice cold moon, full hunter's moon in Aries, right? And so the moon has moved into Taurus, which could affect your vocal cords, your thyroids, all of this other stuff. So you don't want to make any impulsive moves and saying stuff and doing something and out here at night getting into it with people and all that other craziness when you could just be relaxing, chilling, and relaxing right in your home, right? This is a non-violent channel. We don't get into all that crazy low vibrational mess. I'm going to take you down to the lowest frequency. If it does not apply to you, pray for somebody because I'm channeling energy, okay? Pray for whoever or send out whatever your spiritual, send out good vibes, whatever you do. This is not religion class, so I'm not trying to step on any toes of what people believe. I'm not teaching religion. I'm reading cards. Take only what resonates with you, okay? Only what resonates with you. Somebody's karma is coming to them. Somebody's karma. You're shining a light on someone's karma, right? You are shining a mirror back on some people. Your energy is shining a light back on some people that really thought that you would be chained to fear, doubt, uncertainty. All it takes is to be in the company of another person who people have tried to do that to them, or they may have seen stuff happen where people are trying to put you in a bind, basically put you in a situation where you're operating in fear and you make some kind of an impulsive move, and the next thing you know, your freedom is snatched from you, or your life is snatched from you, or people who, all kinds of stuff is happening because there's big money involved, there's a fortune involved, right, in something. So you want to stay away from hot-headed people. You need to stay away from hot-headed people who don't know how to drive during this time of full moon, people out drag racing, just doing all kinds of mess. Protect your energy. Make sure you are aligning yourself with people who are keeping you cool, calm, and collected, right? Because full moon, I'm telling you, that energy could be, on 1,000, right? So don't be impulsive and get away from people who are impulsive, right? So somebody's trying to make you responsible for something, right? Somebody's trying to make you responsible. So remember, in tarot is genderless, right? So somebody is trying to make you responsible for something, but their impulsive actions actually backfired. Their impulsive actions actually backfired, meaning that you got to be careful when you're out and about. People being impulsive, screaming in your face, starting some mess, the whole 9 yards, trying to make you responsible for something that they are saying, accusing you to somebody else. Oh, your parents didn't raise you right, or you didn't have a dad in the home, or your mom wasn't at home, or whatever they trying to whatever people are impulsively thinking about you, looking at a lower realm. We're talking about your root chakra. This is root chakra. We're talking about your solar plexus chakra. So basically, there's no water in between there, right? Water is at the end of here, right? So somebody's like, okay, I know how to secretly get them upset, right? I know how to push their buttons. I know the secret. I know how to end them. This right here is the last card in the last house in your birth chart, right? Your rule 10th house. Pisces rules 12th house. So basically somebody's saying, I know how to end Capricorn. There's no water until you get to the end, of like a book end. There's no water, right? I know exactly how to end Capricorn. But no, they don't. Why? Because if you're watching this channel, I teach on this channel. You're going to know how to pour into yourselves. You're knowing to stay away from these hot-headed energies, especially during full moon, but just in general. But start during full moon, right? 3 days prior to this full moon, 3 days after this full moon, but it's every full moon, right? Just happens to be on the 7th of this month. So 3 days prior to that was the 4th. Something could have happened the 4th, 5th, or 6th, or 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, right? Protect your energy. You're divinely protected. You're just having a tower moment. And this is why I talk about downloading calendars, moon calendars. They're free. You know, it might be just taking up some space on your phone, but at least be like, okay, they acting crazy during the full moon. Okay, acting like werewolves out here. Protect your energy, because someone has been trying to bully people, right? Could be you or somebody else trying to bully somebody, trying to get people to act out of sorts, right? Don't let it be you, right? This is where you get structured and authoritative. Again, it's genderless. So while you see images of women on the cards, it could be a man, whoever, right? So Source really wants you to go into prayer warrior mode. Whenever you feel like somebody is chained to or obsessed with something or in a lustful spirit, people are getting mad at their exes and, you know, I can't believe my ex, you know, left me for somebody else, and they not closing out cycles properly. Source is saying that's where you go into prayer mode. That's where you can pray for some of your friends. You could have somebody who has a Capricorn moon. Somebody could have a Capricorn moon. Somebody could have an Aries moon. What else we have here? Somebody could have a Virgo moon. Somebody could have a Scorpio moon. And if these energies don't know how to properly nurture themselves, for you as a zodiac sign who is a very hard working zodiac sign, and you feel like, okay, I want to get it right. I want to tap into people's emotions. First, you don't want to assume. That's first, okay? Because you don't really know what frequency people are on. Full moon can make a person turn into a werewolf for real. I mean, like in the spiritual sense, right? You don't want to assume anything, but you can just pray. So I'm sending good energy their way. So if they're going through something, I'm sure you're going to show me in a dream or download through a reading, a book, whatever you pay most attention to. It can even be a movie that you watch and you're like, oh my God, this movie, I'm seeing this movie through a different lens this time, right? You don't want to be chained to anxiety about something. You don't want to be chained to anxiety about something because you feel like somebody is trying to be, remember you're an Aquarius, are ruled by Saturn, right? Which is a karmic planet. You don't want to assume anything. You don't want to assume anything, right? So as I'm channeling these messages, I'll let you know if I'm talking about me, or I'll let you know, I'm going back into channeling messages, right? So I take it down to the lowest of frequency and see how this chain right here is this devil, right? So I don't know if somebody has, well, this is a moon, but it could also be a ring in a bull's nose too, right? Because it looks like well, we know the Baphomet symbol, but it looks like it has horns to it. It's a whole lot of horned animals, right? It could be a ram, it could be a bull, you know, whatever it is. But it could be an elephant, whatever it is. But Source is just trying to tell you, it's the devil, like being chained to the devil, right? So don't get into gossiping with people, talking about what you think it is, or I'm not really sure. Get away from these people who are just want to, like I said before, they don't know how to nurture themselves properly. They secretly just watch people and then want to draw you into a conversation about some stuff. Your answer is, I have no idea, because you don't. You really, really don't. You don't want to assume anything. So you're dealing with somebody who has an Aries moon, someone who has a Capricorn moon, someone has a Scorpio moon, somebody could have an Aquarius moon, also a Virgo moon. You're dealing with all these emotions from different people, right? So yeah, that's what I'm saying so far. But you're divinely protected. You're fine. You have a spirit team around you, right? That's protecting your energy, right? I'm seeing somebody who is very authoritative, but you want to make sure they're not bossing you around in an authoritative way. Like they just, whatever, try to make somebody responsible for your anxiety when it's really them, right? Remember, you're talking about your root chakra. The auric layer is 1 to 3 inches off of your physical body, right? So for example, here I am online. If somebody's secretly watching me, it's not me, because I'm not 1 to 3 inches off of your auric layer, right? I'm not in your auric layer. But if you're living with somebody who is secretly watching something and they have anxiety, you're picking up on theirs. I can tell you that we're not 1 to 3 inches off of each other. I can tell you that right now, right? But a light for you is starting to come on in the light is coming on for you in the hermit mode to let you know you got to learn how to protect your root auric layer. That's the, like I said, 1 to 3 inches off of your physical body. So when you have people around you who don't feel nurtured, it's going to come out in just the closeness. You're actually almost like bonding with their auric layer, right? It's like people having nose to nose, getting ready to argue. You picking up on, you're exchanging energy. So protect your energy. You're a prayer warrior. You're a prayer warrior. So your prayers have been answered about a whole lot of things, and that's been a secret for you to quietly go into prayer warrior mode, right? And just like, even if it's something like, you know what, source or whoever you pray to, protect me from all hurt, harm, and danger, seen and unseen, known and unknown. And just so we're clear, I do pray for the collective community prior to turning on the camera, because I really don't want the enemy to know what I'm praying for you all. But I want you all, and don't want somebody to come up under the guise trying to find out all of your business so that they can say, well, I need to know everything you're going through so I can pray for you. That is not the prayer warrior you want. Okay, if you want somebody to pray for you, they don't need to know everything that's going on in your life. They can align themselves. They can stand in, they can intercede on your behalf. But why do they need to come up under the guise of prayer to know what they're praying for when you can pray for yourself, right? Looks like you're a prayer warrior. So somebody is in a pinch. Somebody could be in a pinch financially. You could be in a pinch. It could be these people who have these moon signs that's in a pinch financially, right? And their anxiety is going wild around them because they're having a tower moment. Your energy, your presence, believe it or not, Capricorn, is literally shining a light on people's demons. And it's driving some people wild. They cannot figure out for the life of them why they feel the way that they do and why you feel grounded. Why? Because you're getting your rest, you're drinking your water, you're just there as a mirror. You've already identified whatever you've already identified what your demons were. You already identified that whatever. Maybe you have an eating, but maybe you love to eat sweets, right? And you're like, okay, once you identify, okay, when I get stressed, I start eating unhealthy foods. Once you identify, like admit to it, hey, when I get stressed, I'm eating not just one cookie out the bag. I'm eating all 300 cookies in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you identify what your temptations are, and you say, okay, I'm praying that I'm able to put those temptations under submission, it wouldn't matter who's around you. In the physical sense, you still cool, calm, and collect because you know how to pour back into yourself. You can actually be a voice for every single person that's connected to you. Like, oh, you don't need to do all that. Calm down. You don't need to do all of that, right? You got all this anxiety. So you got a lot of moon energies around you who are, you can tell that they don't know how to pour into themselves properly. Because if they did, they wouldn't be chained. You wouldn't be seeing people chained to their own demon. You're looking at people right around you that's chained to them. When you go to the grocery store, gas station, this, that, and the other, people flying out the parking lot. They mad. Their hair flying all out the windows. Just, like wild animals. Kind of like when deer come up when we have a full moon, they come up to the side of the road and people are zipping by 90, 100 miles per hour flying down the road, and they just standing out there looking up at that big moon like, okay, I can't put a beauty cover over my eyes so I can get some sleep. I guess this moon is just going to keep us up. So we wired up. Why don't we just bounce on across the road by people driving 90, 100 miles per hour? That's why you want to, if you can help it, stay in the house at night during full moon. If you can help it, right? So when people don't know how to pour into themselves properly during full moon energy, then that's what your mirror is showing a light. They don't know how to pour into themselves properly. So that's also letting you know, like, wow, I got to protect my root, that auric layer at the root. I got to protect it. I can't have these contaminating my energy, right? So these are energies that are physically around you. Be careful of that in the workplace as well. People trying to come up to you at lunchtime and they got all these issues, trying to dump all their issues and problems onto you. Like, no, I'm protecting my energy. If you can work from home, that'd be great. If you can't, protect your energy. Go to lunch by yourself. This is the week I need to go to lunch by myself, right? Yeah. So some people are impulsively assuming something right now Even when people watch these readings, that's why I tell people I'm taking you down to the lowest frequency, bring you back up to a higher frequency. So I'm taking you down where the veil is thin, right? Protect your energy. Protect your energy. Protect your energy, right? Like I said, somebody found out a secret that some people are trying to make you responsible for something. Like some people are trying to make you responsible for something of them being impulsive, right? They impulsively assume something. So let me give you an example of something, right? So let's say, for instance, somebody said that, because we're seeing fire here in the cards, and we also see the tower card here. So you're having a double tower moment, right? Because these two cards, the Emperor card and the Death card, both are ruled by Mars, right? This is Scorpio, this is Aries. We're not necessarily talking about a Scorpio and an Aries. But somebody lied to you about something. Whoever it is, they lied to you about something, and or in some way, like I said, made some kind of impulsive move, right? Yelled at you about something, lied to you about something, did something to you in the physical realm that they're not apologetic about it at all. And so trying to make you responsible for some stuff, and instead of them being humble to source of the creator, they'd rather stay in that angry energy, right? But you're having an awakening, right? You're having a out loud awakening, but you're also having a silent awakening as well, right? That you were being bullied for something, right? Bullying is not always like, let me give somebody an example. Like, you may watch a sporting event like football or something, which is a contact sport, right? And so somebody who may not want, like everybody has their favorite, whatever team, baseball, football, whatever kind of team, any kind of a contact sport, right? Boxing, whatever. Somebody wanted to see if you were obsessed with something or chained to an emotion, right? Somebody wanted to see if they can get you out of sorts or whatever. But I'm telling y'all, when you cool, calm, and collected and recognize that you're ruled by a karmic planet, you won't. You really won't. And even if it's another Capricorn or Aquarius, you'll just be there to tell them, hey, you're ruled by a karmic planet, right? And I'm talking about their sun sign, not moon. That's why I know you're around a lot of energies who emotionally don't know how to pour into themselves. Because you in Aquarius, that said y'all ruling planet, y'all are ruled by a karmic planet. You can tell another Aquarius or another Capricorn, you're ruled by a karmic planet, right? You don't have to worry about that. Their karma started the moment they intended on hurting you. All you need to do is get to safety. Remove yourself from the equation, believe it or not. If you can, move yourself to play. But if you're around hot-headed energies who are impulsive, they're going to almost egg you on, right? You don't need to do all that. Just cut them off. Literally cut them off. Like, nah, you too hot-headed. You be doing the most, right? You be ready to fight people out in the street. You be ready to cuss people out. You be ready to do this and that and so on and so forth. But some people, we know that the devil is a liar, right? And so telling somebody straight up, like, hey, into their face, look like, hold on, where's this card right here? I already gave you your flowers. Already. So telling a person that they're lying about something sometimes looks like, I'm not arguing with you. I already gave you your flowers while you're a liar. I'm not waiting for you to die to give you your flowers. I already gave you a compliment. I don't see you as competition. I already gave you your compliments. I already, told you I appreciate you. Remember, it takes a village to raise a child, right? That's no matter what your race or background is, but everybody has an inner child. And it looks like some people trying to keep you chained to them because they want all the credit for what they may have feel like they invested in you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. That makes no sense at all. That would be like me being upset with people who unsubscribe from my channel because I'm the only reader on the planet. That is crazy. That is absurd. That don't make no sense. And I'm intentionally saying it wrong. It makes no sense whatsoever. You are free to go support who you want to support. You are free to go shopping at whatever store you want to go shopping in. Even if you decide, hey, I don't want to support. If I want to support this family member's business, I can. But if I don't, then hey, and I feel like somebody else has another product, good and service over here, I want to support them. Go do it. You are more than welcome to tell a person, hey, listen, this is giving somebody their flowers. hey, listen, I really like your channel, but I feel like if this is a family member, I'm going to take it somewhere else because I really want to get more from this. I want something such as, I want more. And somebody is basically mad at you because you decided to support someone else's bakery or hair salon or channel or whatever because you feel like you need step by step, you need more. You already gave them their flowers. You already tell them, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to ascend higher. I'm trying to get step by step by step by step by step. You know what you need, and you know exactly what you need. So you're gonna feel very fortunate when people are meticulous because they picking out what they feel like you need. Your moon sign is how you mother yourself. That's how you mother yourself. Your mother can still be alive, but your moon sign is how you mother yourself. This does not say that you don't need your mother. It doesn't say that you had a bad relationship with your mother. None of those things. But this is how you mother yourself. Your sun sign is the masculine, moon will be the feminine. So source is saying to you, this is how you nurture yourself. That's going to be the secret to how you nurture yourself. You pull your birth chart, you look at your moon sign. You can even go into you can go into Google and type in how to nurture whatever your moon sign is. A whole list of things will come up. It'll populate a lot of things that come up for you to nurture yourself, and a lot of it is free. Some of it looks like reading books. I don't know what everybody's moon sign is. Some of it looks like reading books, staying in the house, watching a movie, starting a new project. Something you can do while the moon is a full moon. Journal. Something you can do. Right? Talk to your creative friends who are high vibrational and say, hey, you know what? We can start this business. We can put this plan together. We can do such and such. Those are the types of energies that I see around. Not being connected to people who want you chained to them because they want all the credit for something themselves. You are not like I said, you are not an inanimate object where you need to be chained to anything, people, places, or things. So Source is saying to you, you're very responsible energy, but you should never feel like you're being bullied. So a person can bring out a dark side of you. Because that's what I'm saying. Somebody's trying to bring out a dark side of you or bring a dark side out of somebody. Let me see if we can secretly bring out a dark side, practicing moon magic, whatever. You know your worth, you know your value, and there's a lot of wealth at stake here for you. And I'm talking about in the physical sense, meaning that wealth of knowledge, money is trying to come in. You are not going to ruin what you worked hard for because you're around energies who cannot control their emotions. You understand? So yeah, so a light for you is coming on. Light for you. You can pray for people. I hope everything is okay, but I know how to pour into myself, and I have step by step in how I can pour into me. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, so that's what's going to help you bring in a fortune. It's going to help you bring in a fortune of food, people, places, and things. I just put it that way. On your particular frequency, you're on the rebirth side. You're on the rebirth side of something. So only take what applies to you. Some people around you know that they're responsible for bullying somebody that you know and love, and they think that you don't. They did it behind your back, and they think that you don't know. You don't have anything to worry about. You have nothing to worry about. Their karma is already happening. That's why they're so anxious, because they thought they got away with something, because they're having a tower moment. So every time they sneak and watch somebody on social media, or sneak and walk past somebody's store, or sneak and do something, their guilt hit them like a ton of bricks. Yeah. Some people are just better at hiding it than others. But yeah, physically you have some energies around you, or have some energies around you. They having a tower moment. A total recall of some things that they did behind your back. So yeah, so here you have the gift of clairaudience. Yeah. And this is somebody that you know that they did something to somebody while they were in hermit mode. Somebody who is not violent. Somebody who is not, about that life, or whatever the case may be. That doesn't mean that they just did it because they're nice and kind, that they're pushovers or crybabies. They would speak their mind if they needed to. But when you realize you rule by a karmic plan, I'm telling y'all, that's going to take half of your stress away right there. And a lot of people don't believe in karma, but it's their energy coming back to them. Some people are paying for their ancestral debt. They're paying off ancestral debt. That's why I always tell people, don't be impulsive, because you don't know what debt people are paying off. It could be ancestral debt. So This is where clairaudience comes in. You got to learn how to read between the lines, listen between the lines, hear what other people aren't saying. If it doesn't apply to you, it does not apply to you. You don't have to worry about people around you getting anxious about, oh, who are they talking about? Did you talk to somebody today? Did they say? Why are you so nervous? Because that mirror is facing them. It's showing them their demons. That's why they're so nervous. Yeah. So, like I said, you have to get the clairaudience. So heck nah. You bring it up to a higher frequency. Here we go. We went down where the veil was thin. Now we're bringing it back up to a higher frequency. A light for you is coming on in hermit mode. So you're leaving them behind. Leaving them behind. Yeah. So back straight and walk away. In the spiritual and in the physical realm. I'm telling y'all, when people try to get you all up in arms and stuff during the full moon, it's exposing everything about them. They're trying to get you all up in arms. Learn how to give people their flowers while they are still alive. So when you close out cycles, just because they don't want you to close out a cycle, they want you chained to them, you can walk away free and clear. You know what? I love myself enough. Your energy is not good for me to be around. You don't even have to say it to them. You really don't even have to say it to them. Them being chained to something, here we have pray for them. Just start praying for people. Right? So if somebody is a Python spirit, they're a lying spirit. So this is where you enforce boundaries around your circle of friends or whomever. Somebody has a very lustful spirit. And these are some energies that's around you. Very lustful spirit. Your next love interest will make you happier. Some people are experiencing that karma right in your face. They're experiencing that karma right in your face. That's why when you have people around you that's protecting you and reminding you, hey, you know you go by a karmic planet, right? You don't have to do anything. You really don't have to do anything. He apologizes for betraying you. Your bitter ex's lover wants you. You don't want nobody that's connected to bitterness. Throat chakra cleanse. He apologizes for betraying. I don't know who he is, but whoever he is, I mean, some people are really, really chained to their demons because they are too arrogant to even recognize every human being on planet Earth has temptations. That's literally everybody, whether it's drinking, sex, eating food, whatever. Too many demons to name. But once you admit to it and you say, okay, thank you, source, or whoever you believe in. Okay, I need to put this under. Forgive me for I drank too much or I ate too much, and you know I can't stay out the grocery store. And I smell every time I smell somebody baking a cake. The oven may not even be on. Literally, somebody may be smelling cake because they just can't stop themselves. There's always gonna be somebody around you that's gonna feed your demons. Always. Just like that show, My 600-Pound Life. There's always going to be somebody there. If you have unhealthy eating habits, hey, somebody willing to, they down with the calls. They ready. Oh, well, you want to go eat? You want to go eat 6 cakes today? Oh yeah, okay. Well, I got a variety of cakes here. They don't have money for nothing else, but they got money for 6 cakes. Y'all know how expensive cakes are. So you know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, that's what something. He apologizes for betraying you because they're getting their karma right now. Things aren't working out well for them. They're having money, financial situations, trying to end your money, trying to mess up your money, trying to look for any kind of reason to sue somebody. Somebody bump up against you in the store or out in public or swipe past your car, anything, and mess up your car, whatever the situation may be. Listen, karma, y'all don't care where you move. Karma knows your address. It knows your address. So the secret is pouring into you. Go to find out what your moon sign is. Somebody envies you. They envy the fact that your money is looking better. They envy that your money is looking. They envy you that your money is looking better. And it's going to start looking even better than that. Because you're around cool, calm, and collected people. That's why we're bringing it back up. I had to go all the way down to the bottom. Whenever I see the death card, give people their flowers while they're still alive. So when you close out a cycle, not them, when you close out a cycle, you can close out a cycle just clean and free and clear. Hey, I'm not on that frequency anymore. You got too much rage in you. I'm not on that frequency. So they mad and frustrated. Them coming for you is gonna be an instant return to sender. Instant, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, it's an instant return to sender. So if somebody's a druid, a kind of malevolent, nocturnal spirit associated with nightmares. Somebody's trying to create a nightmare, so all of a sudden, misery loves company. They don't have any money, neither do you. Stay away from those energies. You have the gift of claircognizance. This is psychic knowledge about other people. Yeah, so treat yourselves to a spa day. Somebody got extra money coming through, continue budgeting your money, treat yourselves to a spa day. These energies are always trying to get people out of source. That's why I'm trying to help y'all, right? And so, yeah. Personally, I would tell people, I already gave you your flowers. I said thank you. You provided something, I said thank you. I'm not sure what else I was supposed to do. Or if there was some kind of an agreement of something, you should have said that then, right? I said thank you, I give you your flowers. Again, get used to being kind to people, speaking to people even if they don't speak, right? I heard somebody say this, I want to say it was on Instagram, where somebody was basically like really, maybe it was just their perspective. But they were talking about this generation, how they don't speak when they walk in a room. That hasn't necessarily been my experience, right? But the way that the person was saying it on social media was almost like this generation was just raised differently, right? I don't necessarily know that I believe that. Here we have you inspire some people to heal. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, because I certainly encounter people who are younger than I am, and they do speak. They do speak first. They do hold doors, just depending on, like who you're in connection with. They do hold doors, strike up with you, but it has to go both ways. It has to go both ways. If I'm somewhere and I encounter anybody, younger, older, whatever, and they don't speak, I don't automatically think that they weren't raised right. My thought goes to, maybe they have a lot on their mind, so let me speak. I'll speak first. Even if they're younger than I am, I'll speak first, right? But say, oh, hi, their mind could have been on something totally different. You never know what's going on with people. So anyway, so say you inspire some people to heal. You inspire, I'm telling y'all, you got a Capricorn in the circle. That's why people think sometimes Capricorns think they're better than people, because you're ruled by a karmic planet, and that karmic planet shines a light. That devil shines a light first on yours to help you to find out what your demons are. If you're an overspender, if you have an incubus or succubus spirit attached to you, you have the spirit of gluttony, whatever spirit of lying, spirit of whatever on you, it'll shine a light on you first. And because the Creator is so merciful towards everybody to help give you some time, extending you grace, that's the problem that a lot of people have anger issues with, is that, okay, they feel like they got to be your karma, right? So while Source is being gracious, like, okay, I'm gonna give you a situation that's going to test this demon. So if you have a demon of anger or rage, it's going to test that, right? I'm gonna put you directly in a situation where we're gonna see if your temper is gonna flare, you're gonna go off, or whatever the case may be. And you're gonna be grateful that you're watching this video, and you're like, I feel very, very fortunate to be surrounded by angels of people that's protecting me. That's your angels protecting you. I feel so grateful that I have angels protecting me. And I mean, like, remembering, don't get upset with these energies. Let their karma come back and swing and hit them. I'm telling you, I can do a much better job than you can, right? You'd rather move away from a situation where your life is intact and you wake up and you have time to think about it and go, wow, you know what? Me just backing away from a situation or not, escalating a situation. I don't need to escalate a situation. I don't need to escalate a situation. It's too many hit dogs hollering. You mentioned something, you mentioned a zodiac sign. Is if some people act like they're the only, let's say for instance, because you're reading, they act like they're the only Capricorn on the planet. That is absurd. They don't like the only so somebody mentioned Capricorn. Oh my God, they must be talking about me. I know they not saying. You like, what? And you could be surrounded by 12 other Capricorns, but for them, because they don't know how to nurture themselves. So continue putting your gemstones and crystals out. Continue your putting your divination tools out. You can make moon water at this time. You can also harvest your herbs. It's easier for them to dry under the full moon. You can make protective amulets. You can cleanse and charge your tools at this time. But yeah, full moon is a great time to get your readings done. If you're a reader yourself or you're just learning how to read, do maybe like a 2 or 3 card spread. Ask a question, do a 2 or 3 card spread. Look in your booklet that you have, see what it means. Right? If you're trying to learn, I also teach classes for those of you all who want to learn how to read cards. But the bottom line is you are awakening to how powerful your zodiac sign is and your ruling planet Saturn is. It will immediately expose people's demons right in your face. You're sitting there looking and this right in their face is literally right in your face what their demons are. So you are who they prayed for. You are who they prayed for. So somebody wants best for you. Yeah, somebody wants the best for you. Root chakra cleanse. You're pulling something. It could be a root, no, root sign, child. Look, it could be a, what was the other one up here? It could be a Aries, Lord, not an Aries. There could be a Taurus, another Capricorn, and a, or a Virgo attached to something, right? But so you can relax. You can relax. Some people are high anxiety because they know they did something behind people's back. They know they did something behind somebody, but they're not ready to admit to it yet. They're not ready to face their own demons. So Source is saying to you, don't let that spill over into your auric layer. Don't let it spill over into your auric layer. You have the gift of premonition. This is forewarning. Sometimes it can come to you in a dream. That's why I always talk about journaling your dreams. Sometimes it can come to you in a dream, daydream, night dream, when you're in that in-between state. Don't overthink this, y'all, with dreams. Dreams can be tricky. You can have a dream about a horse, and you're like, I don't have a horse, never been on a horse, but there's a spiritual symbolism to a horse. The horse could have on red boots and a raspberry beret. That color, raspberry, has a spiritual symbolism. Those boots have a spiritual symbolism. If you can remember when you were cold when you first woke up, that has a spiritual symbolism to it. If you feel like you heard somebody talking to you, that has a spiritual symbolism. If people are trying to astral project into your energy. So Source is just trying to tell you is that journal all of that. Don't let it overwhelm you when you can pour into yourself. And certainly don't let the people around you stress you out. I'm saying some kind of a partnership and alliance coming your way. Yeah. When I take it all the way down, I know it can be triggering for some people, but I want you to know, hey, listen, you could be surrounded by some people who are just hot-headed, right? That could be your sign right there. You know what? I need to go ahead and just move on from these energies. I need to move on from these energies. They stressing me out, asking who's talking about whom and this and that. So yeah, some kind of a partnership and alliance is coming across your path. So yeah, you don't have to be chained to the devil, meaning your lower self. When I say the devil, we're not calling a person the devil, but you don't have to be chained to the devil. You don't have to be chained to that, right? So friendships. Somebody could have some new friendships on the horizon for you. Friendship/family for you could be on the horizon for you. Because you're already talking to some people right now, so you can have some new friendships and all that on the horizon for you. But yeah. What else we got? Yeah, boundaries. Yeah, set some very firm boundaries. Yeah, set some very firm boundaries. Your third eye is open, right? You adjust your crown here. So, yeah, don't let certain things give you a headache when people around you are nitpicking every little thing. Focus on your well-being. Focus on your health, your physical and your mental health. Some people, if you see a black cat, good luck. That's for good luck. You could have seen a black cat pass your, path. But some people always want to know, well, did you talk to this person? Especially if you are a sign that people trust, Capricorn, and you feel like, and you are close to people, and people feel like, wow, they'll answer the phone when you call, or they like your energy around, because people are picking up on your auric layer. People see you as very mature, very grounded, someone who is a money magnet. For those who are attracted to money, they see that people are attracted to your energy, that you're very serious, that you like step by step, that you're a leader. That's a cardinal sign. You're a cardinal sign that when We're in the beginning of the year, we're in your season. We're in the end of the year, we're in your season. People like that you all are closers. They like, there's a whole lot of things that people like about your work ethic just in general. So people feel like, okay, if you to go between, if people want to link up with you, people are saying that people want to link up with you. Why do they want to link up with you, but they don't want to link up with other people? Because of their anxiety, because them always jumping to conclusions about something. You could be the only calm one in the group where everybody else is losing it because they don't know how to pour into themselves. But it's showing their demons, their temptations. That's all it's doing, is it's showing their demons and their temptation. And instead of them saying, okay, well, they secretly watching somebody, or they're secretly, going by somebody's bakery that they no longer support, or they don't talk to them anymore. They secretly, and they see this person, they getting their money, their store is doing well, things are going well for them. Instead of them just saying, you know what, let me pray about this and let's just mend this. Let me pray about this and let's mend this. They don't want to do that because they're still chained to, somebody could be still chained to arrogance. They literally could be still chained to whatever it is. But these are people that you're connecting with. These are people that's like 1 to 3 inches off of your auric layer. So source will protect your energy. That's not something you even have to worry about. Source is protecting your energy, but source is also showing you people's demons. It's showing you people's demons. So 740, new connections. Yeah, 740. So you're getting off the fence. 7 and 4 is 11. You're enlightened. And so you're speaking, you're making some new connections. I'm telling you, making some new connections. People are showing up in your life who reflect the goals that you've been putting forth into the universe. And so meet them and open yourself up to what they have to teach you about life and yourself. Demonstrate that your heart and mind are open to new connections by following up with a new friend. And follow up is important. Following up with a new friend at some point today. That's important. That is really important. Follow up is important. Because you've been around some people who feel like something is their way or the highway, and that's how they talk to you, like something is their way or the highway, like you're less than, like you don't have a brain in your head, and they just trying to get you high. Yeah, like people are treating like you don't have a brain in your head, that you can't make clear and concise decisions on your own about whatever you need to make decisions about. Anybody that's trying to rush you into ending relationships with people when you know that you have given people their flowers, you've said thank you, you've been very appreciative, and people want you to be cold-blooded, right? You got to make your decisions on your own in your own time. You got to make your decisions on your own in your own time. But if you're around people that's constantly rushing you to do something, so it's like, it's okay. It's okay. You'll make the best decision for yourself, just like other people will make the best decisions for themselves. But you are enlightened. You are enlightened, right? And so, shout out to the Capricorn I was talking to today. We talked for 2 hours. So, fun conversations whenever I talk to Capricorns on the phone. But the bottom line for you all is that people really value you guys, men and women. When I say you guys, people really value your hard work ethic, right? But when you're around people who cause you a lot of anxiety and put you in a spot, they are, like I said, misery loves company. They're trying to get you to lose out on money. And as far as this reading is concerned, yeah, they're trying to get you to lose out on money, trying to hurry to make you rush. Well, they said this about you, and I would just go ahead and cut them off. You hear what they saying? They talking about they talking about you. You're like, no, they could be talking about you, but they ain't talking about me. Whoever it is, right? So, yeah, so source just wants you to, like I said, it's a lot of conversation, shady people that's going on behind people's backs. And so this number right here, for some of you all, this could be an area code. For some of you all, that number could be significance with this color. Blue connects us to the throat chakra. And so you want to pay attention to all of that. You want to pay attention to all of that, right? So if people are secretly watching and it's getting them all out of sorts, then yeah, something is they're already exposing themselves to you. They're exposing their demons to you. Yeah, they're exposing their demons to you. So yeah, Ohio could be of significance to somebody. Yep, Ohio, because this is right here, 740. would be for central and southeastern Ohio. Yeah, so that could be of significance to someone. Yeah, it could be of some kind of significance to someone, right? So yeah, you want to pay attention. So some people are connected to, they're responsible for something going on in the background that you may not even be aware of, but their anxiety is telling on them left and right? So you need to start paying attention to that. You really need to start paying attention to that. Why are they so mad when something is such and such and such and such? Somebody probably don't even know that they're watching them on social media, or that they're driving past their store, or that somebody probably don't even know what's going on. Because hit dogs will holler. And people knew they was doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing. They having a tower moment, trying to affect people's money. You may not even know about what was going on, but their behavior is letting you know they did something. Their behavior. Me taking something down to a lower frequency should not be putting people that you're connected to up in arms about some stuff, to a point where they just, unusually, like you know what I'm saying, like stay in the house on the full moon if you can. Full moon phase, we're still in it up until the 10th, as we're moving towards last quarter moon phase. But some people are telling on themselves. They really telling on themselves, right? So root chakra cleanse, home sweeter home. Yeah, home sweet home, right? Some people are telling on themselves. That's why I tell people now, I'm not waiting to go to somebody's funeral to get them their flowers. And I don't need to I don't need to disclose every conversation that I have with people to let them know I really appreciate you. That's a one-on-one, personal, sacred conversation that you have with people. And some people don't. But you got to remember, when the moon moves through Scorpio, that's about money. That could be time that you spend, very sacred time. And so once you give people their flowers while they're still alive, if somebody transitions, unless the only time it gets people out of source is somebody were to find out that somebody died under some strange or weird circumstances. That's the only time. But if you practice giving people their flowers while they're still alive, when they transition, you're like, okay, unless you hear some crazy mess like, oh, there's something suspicious about something, then that's what wakes people back up and go, wait a minute now, what? And that's what put people back into maybe a grieving state. But yeah, give people their flowers while they're still alive. Everybody don't need to know what conversations people are having. Some people feel some kind of way about some stuff, but it's all coming out. It is all coming out. So source is protecting you from some stuff. Some of y'all won't get invitations to some things. Some of y'all, won't be, some of y'all may have time splits where you feel like, okay, gosh, I'm running late. That's a time split. Like you say, oh my God, I left my keys in the house. Let me rush back in the house real quick. And I'm not saying intentionally. I'm saying you accidentally really did leave your keys in the house. You're like, oh man, I left something. I got to go back and now I'm going to be late. That's a time split. Source is protecting you from something. When people, it's just so many different ways of time splits, right? But yeah, somebody has your bitter ex's lover wants you. Somebody's really attracted to your work ethic. They're really attracted to your energy in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And so, but you're surrounded by people who are showing them their demons. Yeah, so you just sit back and watch. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of people are wearing masks because you have figured out how to have a healthy work-life balance, and they haven't. You're working smarter and they're working harder. And so source is saying, because you've learned how to pour into yourself, that's why things are flowing to you, because you've done a purging of sorts. So if you were stopped up in any area of your life, mind, body, and spirit, you've learned how to pour into yourself in a very healthy way. And these energies, they got this is the I believe sign. I don't believe in stuff like that. Okay. They will purge eventually. They'll purge eventually. I don't believe in stuff like that. So they believe in something. So here we have Five of Wands. And so a lot of people are talking. A A lot of people are talking, right? A lot of people are, and this is what I was talking about. When people are trying to get some stuff stirred up, so it's like, no, don't remove yourself from the equation. They wearing a mask for something else. They looking for a quick payday. They looking for a quick payday, and remove yourself from the equation. That is what I have for you all. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this has been extremely helpful. Again, take only what resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it doesn't resonate. Don't make other people's stuff resonate with you. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like that's because the mirror is turned back around to some people. Right now, like I said, Ace of Pentacles is near future for you all. This is the near future. A new beginning grounded in abundance and stability emerges for you. And Spirit says what's built from authenticity will last. Plant your seeds with intention. This could be you in hermit mode, relaxing, right? Guess what? You're not going outside. Just to go outside is like $100. You just go somewhere, oh gosh, I need to go get some gas, or I need to go get this because I'm so stressed out. Next thing you know, $100 less, right? So you being in hermit mode, a light turned on for you. You're like, you know what? I'm saving my money. I was spending all this money trying to impress people and trying to do all this. I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah, you're learning how to budget. You're learning how to invest. That's what somebody is learning how to do. So here's the external influence. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Fate is shifting around you. Spirit reveals the cycle is turning. Align with flow, not control, and divine timing will open the right doors. I'm telling you, it's already happening, right? So it's a whole new you. This is when you know you're a star. Somebody's moving like a star, right? Moving like you're a person who is famous, but you were born a star. Everybody is born a star, actually. But you, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, when I mean star, like there's hope. Star card means hope. There's hope for everybody. And so you were born a star. So you're now like moving like it. You're not just talking to just anybody. You're not just hanging out with just anybody anymore. You're not just spending money for the purpose of just wanting to be liked by a certain group, crowd of people. You're not just going to any family function, you know, just buying this and buying this for everybody and doing all of this. You're learning how to balance it out. Healthy work-life balance here, okay? Healthy work-life balance. And so protect your energy and give yourself some time. Give yourself some time. So if people are secretly watching people, or like I said, going into people's stores and, you know, sending spies into people's store, like you got a storefront or whatever, or you know somebody with the storefront and somebody secretly like, oh yeah, they I mean, the lion was out the door, but they don't want to support them and all this stuff. Detach yourself, because they'll do the same thing to you. Exact same thing to you. So yeah, somebody is out of sync. Somebody is out of sync, and not because they don't have somebody. Somebody does not feel whole and complete unless they're in a relationship with somebody. They don't feel whole and complete unless they're in a relationship with somebody. The whole idea of them just being whole and complete by themselves, they got to treat people like their property, almost like you got to keep people chained to you, because the world is going to spin out of control if somebody is not chained to them. Like somebody is an emotional support pet for them. But they treat people like that. Like people are emotional support pets to them. And that's sad. So you praying, but other people are praying too, right? So yeah, so continue balancing things out within yourself, because a lot of people are talking about a whole lot of things, and some of those things don't even align with the frequency that you're on. So I see a lot of money coming in, and you inspire some people to heal. You really inspire some people to heal. So continue inspiring people to heal. Continue moving like a star. That's what I see for you. I'll see you in the next video. Alrighty. I'll see you in the next video. The outcome for you is a week of sacred initiation into surrender and renewal to your higher self, right? There's not an initiation into a club, a secret society, none of that. This into your higher self, right? And so Spirit calls you to release what no longer aligns so that true stability can emerge. You are grounding divine energy into form. And so turning transformation into mastery. Trust that, you know, what ends now is only revealing your higher destiny. I assume everybody that's tuned into this channel is an adult. If you feel like you need to cut some people off, it don't really matter who it is. Somebody who says they really love you, they're okay with that. You can move on. Whoever you are, you can move on. But people who want you chained to them like you're an emotional support pet, you got to look at those energies as well. they did some things, some people did some things behind your back, and they don't think that you realize what they did. But it's coming out. That's what I have for you. Bye.